Hi everybody, my name is Laurence. I make art videos and today we are building the perfect travel palette, which is a very exciting project. I'm super happy that we're finally doing this. This is a palette that I plan on taking with me when I go do some plein air paintings, when I travel, as the name says. So I'm going to use this little tin palette. It already contains a couple of magnetic full pans, but I don't plan on using all of them. I think I'm going to use some half pans also. So we're gonna have a mix of full pans and half pans. The full pans I think are going to be for the colors that I use the most. Some colors that I find that I need to refill often. So this was my palette that I was using before, my main palette. And as you see, there are some colors that are almost finished. There are colors that I have refilled many times already. So I know that these colors will deserve full pans, such as Titanium Buff, Ardentron Blue, Quinacridone Sienna. I know I love these ones. What I was thinking is that I want this palette to be a good palette for mixing. So for that, I need my primary colors. I need a warm tone and a cool tone of each primary. I want to have some earth tones, and then the rest will be convenience colors, colors that I know that I love, colors that I've used a lot in the past. So this is my thinking for this palette. I already made a little list here. So I decided which colors I wanted to have as a cool and warm tone. So I put them here. So for the yellows, we have Hazel Yellow as a cool one, Hansa Yellow Medium as a warm one. I decided to use Van Gogh Quinacridone Rose as a cool red and Cadmium Red Medium Hue as a warm red, Phthalo Blue Green Shade as a cool blue, and Ardentron Blue as a warm blue. You'll see that most of the paints that I chose for this palette are professional watercolors, except for this one, Quinacridone Rose. And the reason for that is that I don't use this color a lot. I rarely use a cool red, so I didn't want to purchase an expensive color just for the sake of it. I want to test this one out first. If I find that I use it a lot, then maybe I'm going to purchase a professional version. But I thought that this one would work because it's light fast. So we're just going to try it out. I'm going to put it in a half pan for now. So I think what I'm planning on doing is I'm going to do my palette. I'm going to test it out a couple of times. Then I'm going to probably update you on the palette, see if I like it or not, see if I want to do some changes or not, and then we'll go from there. So I have my primaries and I also have some buff titaniums. I know that these colors I love so much. I'm not sure if I'm going to put Van Gogh buff titanium or Daniel Smith buff titanium. I find that these two colors have a very different look and I love them both. So I might put both of them in there. So buff titanium and Quinacridone Rose would be the only two Van Gogh watercolors that we would find in this palette. In the second container right here, we have the convenience colors that I use a lot that I would like to put in the palette. I don't know yet how many pans I'll have, so I don't know exactly how many colors I can put in my palette. So this is something I'm gonna have to figure out first. But then I would like to swatch all of these on this paper right here to figure out which ones are my favorite, which ones are a must-have for me, and which ones I could do without. And then I have a third container right here, which are other convenience colors that I like as well, but that I don't use as much as these ones here. I'm also going to swatch them out and decide which ones are my favorite and if I include some of these or not. We'll see. And then I have other watercolors that I put to the side, and these are the ones that I'm pretty sure I won't include in this palette. Either because I can mix these colors, or because they're not light fast, like this one, or that, yeah, I just find myself not using a lot already, so I don't see why I would put them in my palette when the spaces are limited. So I think what I need to do is swatch my colors in rounds. So I'm going to start with the primaries, the ones that I know I'm going to add in the palette. Then I'm going to do with the second round with the convenience colors that I would like to add. And then the third round with the other convenience colors that I'm not sure I'm going to add, but I might like to. And then we will decide which colors deserve a full pan, which color deserves a half pan, and then we'll see how many spots we have. I think that's what we'll do. So we're gonna swatch our first round. Let me just write a title here. I think that would be official. The perfect travel watercolor palette. Round 1, primaries. Okay, let's start with our yellows. We're gonna start with Azo Yellow. I'm just doing a very simple swatch, nothing fancy, because the goal is just to have a quick look at all of the colors that we are planning to use. So now we're gonna swatch Hansa Yellow Medium. So we have our cool and our warm yellows. Now we're gonna swatch our reds, Quinacridone Rose to be the cold red. So this is kind of like a magenta. I didn't have a magenta and I'm not sure I want to buy one, so that's why I decided to use this one for now, but we can always switch it if we think that we need it eventually. And now for the red, the warm tone, I mean, is the Cadmium Red Medium Hue. And finally, we're gonna swatch our blues. Starting with the cold blue will be Phthalo Blue. Oh, I think I need a bit more. Yeah, Phthalo Blue, a very pretty color. And for the warm, we have Identron Blue, which is a color that I love so much. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna put it in a full pan because I use it a lot. So this is it for round 1. I think I'm also going to add my buff titaniums because it's like a staple for me. You'll see how different they are from one another. The Van Gogh one is a lot more white. I don't know if you see it well on the camera. I think it's not too bad. So it's a lot wider. And the Daniel Smith one is yellower. See? Very different, but both of them are equally beautiful. It's just I would use them in different settings, or sometimes I mix them together, but I feel like I need to put both of them. I'm just wondering, should I put one in a big pan and another one in a small pan? We'll see. Maybe the Van Gogh one could be in a big pan because I use it a lot. So this is round 1. These are the colors that I'm sure to put in my palette. Okay, now let's start round 2, which I've called Earth Colors and Convenience 1, since it's the first batch of convenience colors we're gonna swatch. I wrote all the names of the colors. So we're gonna start with Burgundy Yellow Ochre, which is very pretty. I know I like it quite a lot, but I got some new colors recently, so I'm not sure. We'll see. Then we're gonna swatch Lunar Earth, which is one of my new colors. If you've seen my latest art haul, you've seen it, and it's so pretty, so granulating. Now we're gonna swatch Quinacridone Sienna. This is a color that I've used so much. I love it a lot. This one deserves a full pan for sure. But I recently got Transparent Red Oxide, which I think might be similar. So I'm excited to swatch it because I want to see if it is similar or not, and if I'm gonna have to choose between the two or not. Oh yeah, it is similar, but it's different. Very different. So we'll see. For sure, I'm putting Quinacridone Sienna in my palette. We'll see about transparent red oxide. But I like it. I like it. And now we have Potter's Pink, which is a classic. I like it. I just don't know if I like it enough. But I know it's good for mixing. So we'll see. But it's so pretty. Yeah, you can see it's super pretty. Now we have Tiger's Eye Genuine. This one is pretty too. But now I'm not sure I'm going to put it in because it's very transparent. I'm not sure if there's a problem with my color or not. Because I've seen some swatches where it was a lot greener than what I have. But it's pretty too, so I don't know. Let's swatch Raw Umber. Because maybe I'm thinking if Raw Umber is similar to Tiger's Eye, then if I dilute it, maybe I'm gonna have like a similar color. It's a bit warmer though. We're gonna finish this row off with Lunar Black. This one I'm putting in for sure because it's great for mixing. I won't use it as it is, that's for sure, but I love it to create some granulating colors. It's amazing. So this one has to go in, but I think it's gonna be in a small pan. Okay, we're gonna start with Quinacridone Gold from Holbein. This is a color I love so much, so I'm going to put it in this palette for sure. No question about that. And we have Green Gold from Daniel Smith. This is a new color too, and I love it so much. So this one too, it's going in. Next we have Cerulean, which is also a new color. It's from M. Graham. I love it. I've used it a lot already. So it's going in. Then we have Schminke Horadam Shire Blue, which is a beautiful convenience color, super granulating. Then we have Schminke Horadam Forest Green, which is also very granulating. I like it a lot. And the color separation in this one is amazing. We're gonna end this round with Schminke Horadam Forest Blue, another very pretty color. Okay, now we're gonna start round 3, which is the convenience colors number 2. So these are the convenience colors that I wasn't as sure that I would include them in my palette as the other convenience colors. But if I have the space for them, I'm still very much open to including them in my palette. So I might notice that there are some colors that are similar from convenience 1 to convenience 2 and choose one of the two. We'll see. Just like this burgundy yellow ochre, I feel like it looks a little bit like some of the earth tone colors that I already have picked. So we'll see how it dries and which one we'll end up choosing. I put Sap Green in convenience color number 2, but it's a color that I really like, so I think I'm gonna include it because I don't have any other greens that look like this. So the next two are Rare Green Earth and Zoisite Genuine, and I think I'm gonna have to choose one of the two because they're both pretty similar. So I think it doesn't make sense to put the both of them in there. I think Rare Green Earth is a little bit greener than Zoisite Genuine, if I remember correctly. We'll see. Yeah, so Rare Green Earth is a bit more transparent. Or no, maybe the both of them are. So, but Rare Green Earth I think is a bit cooler and Zoisite is a bit warmer. We'll really be able to decide when they are dried. Now we have a bunch of blues, so that's why I put them in convenience number 2, because I don't think I can put all of them in my palette. I have so many blues. And I use blues for a specific kind of painting, which are my big abstract watercolors that I use with plastic wrap. But I don't really use blues that much other than that, I think. So I'm gonna have to make a choice. Now we go into the Schminke Horadam. This is Tundra Blue. It's a very pretty color. But I think this one looks a bit like a mix of hydrogen blue and lunar black, so maybe I can reproduce this color. I think I'm gonna have to do another video in which I try to reproduce some of my convenience colors to see if it's easy to do. And if it is, maybe I don't have to include them. Maybe it won't make any sense. It's better for me to reproduce the mix than to fill a whole pan with something that I can mix myself. But Deep Sea Violet is so pretty. I think maybe I'm gonna have to include it. Now we have Tundra Violet. And we end up with Tundra Rose. Okay, next I think we're gonna swatch the colors that I was pretty sure I wouldn't include in this palette. Just because if I find out that after my choices here, I still have some spots left, maybe I'm going to add one of these. I was thinking that I don't have a yellow ochre in my palette, and yellow ochre is pretty useful. We can see that this tube is almost empty, so it means that I've used it quite a lot. So maybe it's a good idea for me to include it. We'll see. Okay, so I made an extra space for the round 4, which are the no colors. So the colors that I didn't plan on adding in my palette, but maybe now I'm considering. The only color that I didn't put here is titanium white, because it's just white. So this one I'm sure I won't put in my palette. I prefer putting a pan of gouache, white gouache, rather than putting this. So we are going to start with Winsor & Newton Cotman Cadmium Yellow Hue. This one I'm not sure I'm gonna put in because it looks a lot like Hansa Yellow Medium from Daniel Smith, and Hansa Yellow Medium is a better quality than this one. So I think this one is an easy no. Then we have Winsor & Newton Yellow Ochre from the Professional series. This one I'm thinking of adding. Maybe I'm gonna put this one instead of Burgundy Yellow Ochre, because I'm sure that if I dilute it enough, it's gonna look like Burgundy Yellow Ochre, which is this one. See, I don't know if I need the two of them, or if I put a little bit of yellow ochre in buff titanium. This is why we're gonna do a part 2 where I do some mixes. This is really gonna help us decide. So this is Daniel Smith Bloodstone Genuine, a very granulating color. And Daniel Smith Lunar Violet. This one I didn't think of putting into my palette because I already have Lunar Black that I can mix with a blue or a red and a blue or something to create a violet tint. I expect it to be super granulating also. And now we have 2 funky colors. We have Holbein Opera Quinacridone. It's not a light fast color, so that's why I thought I wouldn't put it into my palette, and I'm on the fence. And then the last one is Daniel Smith Duochrome Violet Pearl, which it's a funky color that I bought because I wanted to try something like that, but I don't know if I should put it in my palette or not. This one I think is light fast. Okay, so we're gonna leave this to dry, and then we're gonna have a chat about all of these beautiful colors.